I was settling into one of my safe areas in the world that has at least been safe for a while, which is not saying a lot, actually. I'm trying to set lighting here because it's a very auspicious area. It's not where you'd expect to find something, I don't think. But you know what? I've given up guessing what people would expect from me. And frankly, you'd have to talk to someone who cares. And it's not that I don't care. I care about a lot of things: world peace, humanitarian interest, honesty, doing the right thing, even when it frickin' hurts, putting your ass on the line for where your mouth is and not just shooting your mouth off, and being an armchair, what do they call it, an armchair coach. I've always been accused of the guy who sees things generations and years before the world is even ready to accept them, sometimes longer, actually, and have invented at such a prolific rate technologies that even my government, Microsoft, and other people have been stupefied by. But, oh well, go figure. Let me say all this about that. I didn't want to be part of most of the stuff I've had to do in life because of heritage, because of IQ, because of skills, because of networking, because of knowledge, because of I need to know everything about the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's honest. Be careful what you ask for, because you'll get that and a whole lot more during the journey. I was sitting here for a moment, and I had this epiphany that I have been so blessed in so many ways to work with the geniuses of arts and entertainment, humanities, research, science, development, technology, aerospace, intel, counterintel, counterterrorism, human trafficking, have mitigated conflicts and stopped wars and aided untold billions around the world who I will never meet in this lifetime. You see, from infinity to infinity, all time is parallel. And I was blessed to know by the time I was 5 that despite the fact that I was born into generations of global leaders and royalty and parliament and knighthood and aristocracy and and a lot of the black covert shit, the generations of my family were known as world leaders in religion, politics, and so much more. I've come to the conclusion my family is mutt, despite what they think, because we're equal opportunity. Thank the Catholic Church for this. Sorry, children, boys and girls. FUCK, fornication under college knowledge, was started by the Catholic Church to make sure you could never remarry again, never divorce, and you'll go to hell because you didn't stay in the church. Whatever. Part of the Illuminati. The Creator created I don't even know how to put it in words that make sense in even this time, but humor me. This totally magnificent thing that we've been taught and absorbed, which is actually far from the truth. Picture, if you will, just humor me, that the Creator actually had more planets that had life on it, but then, you know, there's good and bad and free will, and for those who think they're better than the Creator, it's just part of arrogance, ignorance, and vanity and stupidity and a lot of other stuff. It's long, okay? Let's just say that on other planets in this universe there were life like Earth, and certain people screwed it up and now we're at the last planet. Now, what they haven't told you is that in the last 18 months, never a straight answer, NASA, who I've worked with in JPL, and there's very few I haven't worked with. I did the Mars Pathfinder mission, did the broadcast of all that was my broadcast from another planet. I'm good. I pioneered that technology with people. I'm really, anyway, I don't care about awards, pats on the back, and I've gotten many, including in acting, which to me is such an honor when peers or fans not only acknowledge that you're really good at what you do because you embrace your art, but that you get accolades above other iconic people. I was up in some film awards and television against Betty White, and I love Betty. Betty, you are just a goddess to me, and we were in past lives together. We'll talk about that another time. And I've met Betty many times, and she's always been so gracious to me, and funny, and clever, and bright, and anywho, I actually did not show up at this award show that I was supposed to be all over, and I was up for awards in the same categories with Betty White, and I didn't even want to be there. I wanted to not take away any limelight from Betty White and the other brilliant actors and actresses that were up. I know I'm good, but I thought Betty deserved it. I even voted for Betty. So I didn't show up, and I actually won the award and wasn't there, and I felt terrible. And I've done that actually several times where I was up for awards, and I'm glad I was honored to get them. If I really thought that I was getting them, I would have shown up, and I apologize to those producers and people who really wanted me there and to others. But usually if I didn't show up, it was because I was so completely exhausted because I may have gotten off a 10-day shoot or had done 12 red carpets in 12 hours. I have lived a marvelous life. I've always believed I've had a lifetime to live to get this right for this incarnation. No, I was not a SEAL before. I've always been a very bright, brilliant light source for positivity and change. It just doesn't always work out that way because negative likes getting other people negative, and getting it dark, and it's hard to raise dead souls, man. It really is. Broken, dead angels that will unfortunately be part of the abyss. Wow, I've got like all kinds of people watching me. Is that the FBI, the CIA? Why do I have like 2 for sure federal agents looking right at me? Okay, guys, well, that's a whole nother story. I was born into this book of who's related to the Kennedys, royalty. My great-grandfather was a knight, a lord, and renounced the Queen and the communist newspaper to come to America. He should have been beheaded along with his family killed. Somebody got out of the country. My family is, resourceful. I got to give them that. I'm probably like my great-grandfather that I'm a rebel, but not in that I'm renouncing my lordship and all of that. Wow, why are you guys fucking moving? You're really getting to start to freak me out a little. Not that I fear you, that I might have to kill you. Life is a rolling stone. So anywho, I'm gonna This is just weird. I really, on the boardwalk, there's like a man and a woman over there. You see him? I don't know if you can see him in front of the White House to the left. Well, it's like right of that cone, but before, just a moment ago, when I was talking, they were over by that over there, probably about 1,000 feet away. They moved quickly, and they're in the same position. It's weird. It's not normal. Anywho, I bet nothing in my life has ever been normal. I started in television, film, and broadcast in hard news, in political, domestic, international news at age 10, because my mother being the chairman of a Democratic Party in the area where I grew up and being related to the Kennedys and royalty and stuff, having presidents and senators and governors and lieutenant generals and Secret Service and FBI and even the Black Panthers and Teamsters and UAW and heads of unions and organizations and lobbies in your living room. By the time I was 5, I realized I couldn't be anything my family was, like in religion, politics, medicine, science, and a respectable job, politics, because they all wanted something called spin control. And I was terrified by 3 by my overly Catholic mother, bless her soul. She was genius and insanity, fine line to skate. She always motivated me. I was the golden boy. I was here. I was special. I was chosen. And I knew that, but in a different way, that I wouldn't be part of the family legacy in the way that they envisioned it. I told her for 5 years straight that I needed to be in entertainment because I could change corruption by exposing it in undercover investigative news. I don't know how I knew this stuff. I could heal people with laughter through entertainment and comedy. I could help change injustice through charities and lobbying and giving my name to causes, which I've always done. And that I could lighten people's day with, my light. And there were a lot of things I told them. I was already singing and dancing from childhood and playing instruments and pretending I was on the radio and doing cartoon voices. They'd turn off the radio or TV and it was still going, and I was mimicking, like, tonight all the time, or, yippee, yippee, or you're smarter than I can do some of the Mel Blanc voices. I'm actually exhausted. I haven't slept in days because I'm trying to piece together parts of my life from around the world, from hidden files, so I can get expedited emergency diplomatic passport to leave the country on 72 hours notice because it's gotten to that point. I never wanted to be in this part of the world. I knew it existed. I was never, how's the words I'm looking for? Such a glass bubble that but I asked for this. It's not one consciously, let me see some of those grubs on the planet. No, but I did ask for this from childhood, to see the good, the bad, the ugly, everything, God, the Creator, as I refer to it now, was God, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I've changed a lot. I'm a recovering Catholicaholic. I don't care if you're religious about Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whatever. Let's just simplify it for a minute, just for conversation's sake, for coexistence and understanding. The Creator created all this wonderful stuff and free will and stuff you don't even know about from those other planets, but there's other universes. Boys and girls, this isn't the only one. It actually is possible to advance to other universes. And NASA, never straight answer, I've worked with for decades, and JPL, Jet Propulsion Labs, and other classified organizations I can't even discuss because of domestic and international security. God, my life is complicated. I've always been a broadcaster first, an entertainer first, classically trained in fine arts of singing, recording arts and sciences, performing with instruments, piano, drum. I haven't played a lot in years, except only in sessions with, major bands or others. Well, I'll start clunking keyboards or playing drums or percussion, or I may pick up a guitar or a drum or some instrument and play to ear. I'm not even sure if I could read sheet music anymore. I used to be able to read it well. But when you have worked with some of the brightest minds in entertainment, like the Rolling Stones and Aerosmith and the Eagles and the A-list of acting and film, and some of the brightest minds as ambassadors or diplomats or humanitarians or scientists or research development technology, and I've done all of those. I've been blessed to be in all industries because that's the way my mind works. I don't sleep often. I have an eternity to sleep or rest. I have a lifetime to live. I'm here to, I knew from age 5 I was here to help save lost angels and broken souls and try and avert World War III and Armageddon, but also knowing that many will be lost because they're so self-obsessed and so broken that they can't even understand how to be part of. Help us with the Concert for World Peace. For more information, see Kurt Kelly Entertainment on Facebook. Do hashtag C4WP 2019. We're putting Kurt Kelly and Concert for World Peace. I'm sure you'll find it. We need your help. We need an army of angels to do world peace. They got a lot of people and they make a lot of money with wars killing